Yes, good afternoon, my dear students. Today class is column basis. The definition of the column base is nothing but the column base that transmit the column load to the concrete or masonry foundation blocks, especially the column base. It spread the load on the wider area so that the intensity of the bearing pressure on the foundation brick is within the bearing strength only. If we see, there are two types of the column bases are there commonly used in the practice. Those are slab base as well as the gusted base. The first one is the slab base as well as the gusted base. So once again I will tell you regarding the definition of the column base. This is nothing but it will transmit the load, whatever the load coming from the column to the concrete foundation block. Okay, I will show you the diagram. So if you observe this one, so this is the foundation. Maybe this is the cement concrete base. If you see, this one is the column, and this one we call it as a web cleat angle. So whenever the cleat angles are attached to the column, and there will be a base plate like this, and these are the bolts. Okay, so this one we call it as a slab base. So generally these are used in the columns carrying very small loads. So in this type, so whatever we are discussing slab base, these are directly connected to the base plate through the cleat angle. So this is the base plate. Through this cleat angle, it is connected to the concrete structure. So now the load is transferred to the base plate through these bearings only. Okay. This is most commonly used in the columns for the smaller loads. So this one also for the plan and elevation. If you observe here, so this is the column, and this is our foundation, and this is the base plate, and this is the cleat angle. Okay, same like that. Here you will observe, understand clearly. Foundation, base plate, cleat angle. This is our column. So you will observe in most of the industries. Okay, and also this is also same like pictorial view for the slab base. And also we have a gusset plate is there. See, we will attach same thing. There is a gusset plate to the column. So the foundation is same, the column is same, but we will attach with the gusset plate. But in our syllabus, the gusset plate is not there. But what is the gusset base is nothing but when the columns carrying heavy loads, suggested gusset base are using whenever the loads are coming heavily on the from the column to the foundation. We use this type of the bases. So in the gusset base, the column is connected to the base plate through the gussets. So these are the gussets. Okay. The load is transferred to the base partially through the bearing and partially through the gussets. Okay. Now we will discuss about the design of slab base. So if you observe in the page number 47 of IS 800/2007 code book, if you observe in this one, the design of a slab base, it consists of the finding the size and thickness of the slab base. So now I will explain the procedure. So first, the size of the base plate, how we will calculate. So first we have to calculate the bearing strength of the concrete. That is nothing but 0.45 FCK. The second thing, we have to calculate the area of base plate required. Okay, that is nothing but PU by 0.45 FCK, where PU is the factored load. So the third point, you have to select the size of base plate. Okay, for economy, as far as possible, keep projections A and B equal. I will write what is the projections and all things. Next, you have to calculate the thickness of base plate. Okay, first we have to calculate for calculation of thickness of the base plate. First, you have to calculate the intensity of pressure Then next calculate the minimum thickness. TS is 2.5 W into A square minus 0.36 B square gamma M naught by Fy. Okay. Whole power 0.5. If you observe in the code book, it should be square root. TS is the thickness of base plate. TF is the thickness of the flange. Okay. So generally the connections we know already. We have to use the 20 mm diameter, the connections, and also the 300 mm long anchor bolts we have to use. Okay. If the bolted connections to be used for the connecting column to the base plate, most of the cases we will select to ISA 65 6 mm thick angles with the 20 mm bolts. But most of if it is a welded connection, we know already fillet weld. Now I will tell you what is the projections and all. So I will draw if it is a plan. Okay, this is our elevation. I will draw. So here, then there is a base plate like this. Okay, it is a column. Okay, so this is the column, and you know, if you observe here, this is the cleat angle. This is the base plate. This is our foundation. And here, if the section is like this, the I section, it should be the longer direction is the A projection and the shorter direction is the projection B. Okay, this is the slab base. Now we will solve one problem. Okay, very easiest problem. I will write design a slab base for a column ISHB 300 at the rate of 577 Newton per meter, carrying an axial factor load of 1000 kilonewtons. So here we have to use M20 grade concrete is used for the foundation, and also provide welded connection between column and base plate. So my dear students, if you observe this diagram, this problem, we have to design a slab base for the column size. They given already the designation, that is the ISHB 300. Okay. Then the factor load is 1000 kilonewton, and they are using M20 grade concrete, and also provide welded connections between the column and base plate. Now we will design this one. First, I will draw. So for suppose this is the base slab base. Okay, this is the column. So whatever the I section they given. Okay, here there should be 4 bolts. Okay, now we will enter into the problem. Okay, first we have to calculate the bearing strength. The bearing strength of concrete equal to 0.45 FCK. 0.45 FCK is the characteristic strength of concrete. They given in M20. For M20 concrete, FCK is 20. We got 9 Newton per mm square. The factor load PU equal to 1000 kilonewtons. So then what happens? Area of the base plate. Area of the base plate required equal to load is 1000 into 10 cube newtons by 9. Okay, so you will get around 311 Newton mm square. Now you will convert into the size of the plates. So now we got the area. For this area, now I will provide around 360 by 310 size of plate. So whenever we are taking, for suppose how we will choose this 360 by 310 means, if I multiply these two, the area is 360 by 310 is around 111,600 mm square. So it is nearer to this value. But how we will take exactly 360 and 310 and also nearer to that? For that case, you have to open IS 800 code book. Okay, sorry, I have to open the steel tables. So in the steel table, open IS HB 300. So in the please check for ISNG, width of the flange and the depth of the flange is around 300 and 250. So the width and depth, see here. Yeah, this one they given in the 300. If you open the table, it is available. It is 250. So what happens? Definitely our base plate is more than these two values, and also that is equal to our area. So this one I will open steel tables. Anyway, I will show you for clear understanding. Yeah, I will open the steel table and go to the ISHB Indian Standard Heavy Beam in the rolled sections. So this is related to ISWB, ISMB. I don't know where it is. Sorry, 1 second. All of you open the steel table. These are the ISA, ISNT, ISHT, ISJT, ISMB. Yeah, you see ISHB 300. You will observe here 300 and also 250 is there. Okay, please open here. For ISHB 300 and 250 is depth of the section and width of the flange. So now I will see here. Yeah. So if you observe here, so it is 300 as well as the 250. So whatever we are taking, this should be more. Okay, that's why it is a 360, then 310. See, if the column is more than this one, it's very difficult to construct this type of sections. That's why, as per the whatever the ISHB section they given 300 and 250. So more than that, we have to design 360 and 350. Then what happens? And this is the 30 and this is the 30. So here also this is the 30, this is the 30. So what happened? 250 plus 60 is a 310. 300 plus 60, it is a 360. Okay. So now here A is, we have to calculate A and B. So before that, we will calculate. Now we calculate the area. So now we will calculate the pressure here. The pressure is the load 1000 into 10 cube by area 111,600. You got 8.96 Newton per mm square. Now we have to calculate the projections A and B. So A is nothing but here this one. Yeah, this one. This is the A. So how we will calculate? Total is 360 minus you have to remove this 300 by 2. Okay. I will write clearly 360 minus 300 by 2. You will get 30 mm. Same like that B value 310 minus 250 by 2. You will get 30 mm. So how we will get? So this side is a total 310 minus this width is a 250. So it will share on both sides. That's why we are dividing with 2. So you will get 30 mm here. So projections A and B we got 30 mm, 30 mm. Now calculate the minimum thickness is required. That is a TS equal to the formula 2.5 W into A square minus 0.36 B square gamma m naught by Fy whole power 0.5. Okay. So 2.5 into W is just now we calculated, that is 8.96. This is the pressure. A is the projection 30 square minus 0.36 into 30 whole square. Gamma m naught is a factor of safety 1.1. Fy is a 250 whole power 0.5. So you will get the answer 7.88 mm. Okay. So this is the minimum thickness of the thickness is required for the base plate. The next, thickness of the flange, how we will calculate? The thickness of the flange of ISHB we will take from the steel table, okay, that is nothing but 10.6 mm. Okay, we are taken this one from the table. So now provide approximately 12 mm thick plate. Okay, so now we have to connecting the whatever we chosen, the base plate is 360 and 310 and thickness is 12 mm plate. So this one we are going to use to connect to the foundation. Okay, now whatever I told you, the bolts, so we have to use 4 bolts on the 4 sides. Okay, so please I will write that one. We have to use 4 bolts on 4 sides. So one side is two bolts, another side is 2 bolts of 20 mm diameter. So 300 mm long to the anchor plate, to anchor the plate. Now coming to the welded portion. So the welded portion is, it is a properly machined column to the connected to the base plate. This is a fillet weld. So now we have to calculate the total length available for welding. So how we will calculate this one? Now I will open our diagram. You see, if you observe here, this is the this is the welding portion. Only column is connected to the plates. So here, this is the welding portion. How we will calculate? So this is the one side and 2 sides. So 2 sides we are providing the welding. For suppose if I take a like this, how much here? It is a 250. So 250 into plus again 250. So here 250 plus 250. So minus, you have to remove this thickness. I will write again clearly here for your better understanding. Yes. This is our column. So this is completely welding we have to do to the base plate on both sides. Okay, this is the 250. Okay, what happens? You have to write 250, 1 and 2. 250 plus 250. So on both sides, that's why you have to multiply with the both sides welding. 250 plus 250 minus, you have to remove this thickness of the web. The thickness of the web is a 7.6. From the table you will take. So from 7.6 plus this side. How much this length total? 300. So now I will write 300 minus what is this thickness? Flange thickness. This is 10.6. 10.6. You have to remove this one. So minus 2 into 10.6. So like this, we have to calculate the total length of the weld. Well, you will get again 1542.4 mm. So like this, you have to calculate the weld. Again, I will tell you. So if you take this side, width of the side, this is 250. So length, this is the 250 and 250. Again, 2 sides. So 2 into 250 plus 250. You have to remove this one. Why? Because there is when you are doing welding for this one, this portion and this portion we are not doing. That's why remove this thickness of the web. 7.6. Now again, if you take this side, the length of the side, it is a 300 and minus, you have to remove thickness of the flange. The flange is 10.6. So like this we calculated. So now how we will calculate the strength of weld? The strength of weld is Fu by root 3 into gamma m naught. That is Fi is at 410. Fi by root 3 gamma m naught. Root 3 into 1.25, you will get 189.37 Newton per mm square. Now after this, now we calculated total length of the weld, available weld, as well as the total strength of the weld. The next step is, let us take S be the size of the weld. The size of the weld, then effective area of the weld. There is a formula. We know that 0.7 into S into LE. Now L is the effective length. So the design condition for 0.7 S into LE multiply with the whatever we got strength of the weld, that is 189.37 equal to 1000 into 10 cube. So this is a design condition. You have to take this one. So whatever the load here and whatever the load here. So then what happens? This is the area. Area into strength, whatever we got here, the strength of the weld. This is the load. And again, whatever the load given in the problem is 1000. From this, I will calculate S into LE equal to 7543.8. Okay. For suppose if now I assume, if I am using 6 mm weld, what happens? So LE should be 1257 mm. So please substitute 6 mm in this S. Now we will get the LE value. So LE value we got total 1257 mm. Okay. So after deducting for the end returns, so most probably if you observe here, at these places you will get the end returns or the edges. Okay. So end returns of the weld at the rate of the twice the size of the weld at each end. For suppose now I will calculate that the available effective length. The available effective length is 1542.4. Whatever we got, still no total length of the available welding minus 2 into 6, that is a thickness, and also sorry, not thickness, we are providing 3 end returns on both sides. Next, number of end returns. So 1542.4 minus 2 into 6 into 6, sorry, 6 end returns, total 6 and 6, total 12 end returns are there. You will get 1398.4. It should be greater than the effective length 1257 mm. So this is 1257. So 2 into thickness, then a number, so number of end returns are total 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So total 12. So this is the problem. So finally what we are doing, so hence 6 mm weld is adequate. Okay.